I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be.
Here, are you and the wife doing anything on Friday night?
No, I didn't think so. Fit why?
Well, it's just that me and Betty are having Aberdeen weekend to a barbecue out by your place, and we'd like fine if you could manage to come.
That's awful decent of you. I'm sure she'll be delighted to come. We'll be there.
Now, do you ken how to get to my house?
Where are you at?
Do you ken the road to Auchenblay?
Aye, fine that. That's the ane that gings on to Drumtalkty, is it nae?
Aye. Well, if you wait till you're past the sawmill on your right, and then you keep...
Hold on. Fit sawmill's this?
It's George Strachan's mill. He's the chap that keeps chickens in a run at the side of his house.
Does he? Fit kinds of hens is that?
How should I ken? I wouldn't ken aye hen for another. Mind you, he aye said the one half agreed is layers.
That'll be the stress, that. They're half a buggers, hens, for stress. If it's nae the darkness, it's the cow, or then it's ticks, or maybe foxes, or then again, just noisy traffic on the road can pit them off.
Oh, it canna be the traffic. That's a recht quiet road that goes past Geordie's sawmill.
Fit sawmill's this?
The one I was telling you about on the road to my house.
I thought you said your house was on the road to Auchenblay.
I did that.
But there's nae sawmill on the road to Auchenblay.
Fine, is there? I pass it every day.
I ging fair regular to the golf down there, and I've never seen a sawmill. I'd no hair of it.
But, oh, wait a minute. I ken where you're at. You mean the Auchenblay Road?
Aye, well, that's what I thought we were speaking about. The road to Auchenblay, wasn't it?
Nah, you've got the wrong end of the stick here. It's nae the Auchenblay Road for Stoney, but the road to Auchenblay that goes past my house.
Aye, well, far's your house?
That's what I'm telling you. It's on the road to Auchenblay, but nae the one you're thinking about. You take a road south out of Stoney.
To Auchenblay?
Nah, take a main road and then... Have you ken the turn off to Drumlithy?
15.
The last one?
Aye, do attack it.
Nah, why would you do that? That'll just take you to Drumlithy. You're needing the road to Auchenblay.
Aye, well, far is it?
After you've passed the road to Drumlithy, the last in mind, you'll come to a turn off, and that's the road to Auchenblay.
Is that near the place that sells the strawberries?
They're just about all them sell strawberries at this time of year. Geordie Strachan is half a fine uns most years.
Has he? Can you buy them?
Aye.
Far fay?
Face sawmill.
Aye, and far's is, hang on a minute. I'm nae sicking to buy his strawberries.
Fit why nae? They're just about the best there is.
Nah, it's nae him, I mean. Fit I'm on about is the cafe place just off the main road that sells the half a fine strawberries.
They're nae as good as Geordie's, but aye, that's a place. They've got half a good stovies, though. They're just a treat.
Do they do him with a beetroot? Ooh, that's the way I like him.
Man, aye, and with breeding, the hell works.
That's a pity. My wife wouldn't ging there any more. She says the coffee's nae fit it was.
Tell her to try a cup of tea. Anyway, when you get near there, that's the road to Auchenblay.
Oh, but it's nae.
What do you mean? I bide there. I should ken my own road.
Thon's nae the road to Auchenblay. It's the road to Fettercairn.
Oh, aye. It'll take you to Fettercairn, alright. But just after my house, there's a turn off takes you direct to Auchenblay.
Correct. So far's your house on this road?
It's on the left as you go.
Aye, but where exactly on the road is it?
It's just the very next house to Charlie Buchan's. You ken him. He drinks in here most Tuesdays before he goes home for his work.
Is that the reed-headed fella f's aye shouting the odds about Fitbar?
No, but he comes in about the same time as him. Charlie's a quiet chiel if he doesn't say muck all. Usually it's a half pint just.
Okay, I ken him fine. A nice man.
Aye, that he is. He's married to a lassie for your part of the world that my Isbel's half a chief way.
Fae Peterhead, you mean?
Aye, the very place. Says he, of course, being a buchan like.
I didn't ken he was fae the blue tune. And a bucking at that. Mind, he's as quiet, I didn't think I ever heard him speak. In fact, I'm not even sure I kent his last name. I wonder if as folk he is.
He's one of the Powsers. Powsbows, Che, I think. His folk bid just off Ware Road in Buchanhaven. His father crewed with the Reedies.
Aye, and fits his wife's name.
Buchan, aye. David a Buchan.
Aye. Aye, but fit was she cad afore she got married?
Buchan. Her folk were Buchans and or at least her father's folk were. Her mother's family, they came from Rhineway, I think. They're friends to us.
Fit the wife's folk.
No, the father's folk. They were Buckins for St. Combs originally. And my great-auntie Bella for Cairnbog married a cousin of theirs for Inverallachy, but of course, we didn't speak about them much.
I'm no surprised at that. Did the marriage last? Oh, but you say this Charlie's Doric.
Oh, aye, salt of the earth. He's been half a helpful setting up his party, I'm having.
That's it. That's what we're needing about your house. It's next to this Charlie's place.
Aye, they ken it.
No, fit, why would that? But what I mean is, does it have anything to make it stand out? So maybe I'll recognise it.
No, not really. Like I say, Charlie's a quiet chiel. Not the kind of man that would want to stick out. Fit, why are you asking about his house?
So I can see if I can find my way to your house. But just let me see if I've got this right so far. I turn off the main road, south of Stoney, at the place that sells the strawberries.
On the stovey?
Aye. I mind the stovies. And then I carry on down that road, passing a sawmill.
On your right.
On my right. And your house is somewhere on the left.
After Charlie's fair up.
Aye, but has your house any distinguishing features that I'll ken it by?
Well, there's trees round about it.
Is yours the only house with trees about it?
Nah, man. We're in the country. Near all the houses had trees.
Well, that's nae muckle ease as a way of finding it then, is it?
Ah, but we've a fair puckle of trees round about. In fact, they're on our sides of the crossroads next to my house. Michty, you can hardly see your house for trees.
Are you telling me your house is next to a crossroads?
Aye, fit to it. It's kind of busy, but that doesn't bother us.
Far do the roads ging till?
Well, no, that depends why you're coming.
Fae Stoney, of course.
Well, if you take a right, you'll end up in Auchenblay. And the left-hand road, it turns down to Fordoon. But if you cast straight ahead, you'll come to Fettercairn.
That's fine. So I just look for the signpost left of Fordoon, and that's your house.
Aye, oh well, nae exactly. The signpost isn't a pint to anyway to the left.
I thought you said it was tae Fordoon.
Aye, well, the road goes down there, but the signpost doesn't say so.
Shit, why nae?
Well, no, 2 weeks ago, Geordie Strachan's Timmer Larry bumped it into the sign, and now it's a turned round. So the road to Fettercairn says Fordoon, and the road
So
to...
according to this sign, I'm coming fae Auchenblay.
Aye, that's about the strength of it.
And forever this signpost's painting your house is on the left corner as I come.
Aye.
Thank the Lord for that. Now I ken exactly how to get to your house. Fit time of me and the wife to be there at your house for this barbecue on Friday.
There's no point coming to the house.
I thought you were inviting us.
I am that, but there's no point coming to my house because the barbecue's not going to be there. There's not enough room for Aberdeen in the house, so we've hired a marquee.
And far this marquee be? Next to your house?
Nah, my wee bit garden's no big enough for that. Charlie Buchan, I tell you he was a decent man. Now, he's lent me the use of one of his parks to put it in.
Aye, and is this park near at hand to your house?
No, not quite. It's some deal awa.
Well, far's the park at?
Oh, that's no bother. For it's on the road that goes past my house. When you're going to Auchenblay,
We're on the road to nowhere. Come on inside. Taking that ride to nowhere. We'll take that ride.
Well, good evening, folks. I'm going to begin a totally fictitious poem, and no resemblance in this poem to anybody living or dead. It's called Chardonnay. To the Arts Centre Theatre, I just had to say, you've fairly worked winners with our Chardonnay. For quiney, for couldn't say Bodemus, her projections so low no should cadu, and our house. Eens 14 kwijt, she's a recht diva new. Her tantrums are famed, sick a hullabaloo she'll kick up with the waterworks likely to drown you, fin that your basket is red up your room. And last night when her dog and her beans were breed, he ended up wearing the Maori's head. We bought her a skull for her birthday, you can. It's unfair that Hamlet is I played by men. She's newly turned 4, but a star in the making. The speed she picks words up is really breathtaking. Her dad just swears eens and she kens it by heart. Says she's ready, you see, for a star ballad part. As wee orphan Annie should gie folk a thrill. You should see her jink Jim mucking on that she's ill. She can sing as wheels on opera craters. And it's bairns as you can that sell best in the papers. Her articulation is perfect. Just hear the darling skull minging. Each vowel's crystal clear. And as for stage presence, there's none get a look in when Chardonnay hears them a into a nook. You ask her, I dare you, to stand like a tree. She can froth at the moo like a horror movie. She can mumble like Brando as long as you give her a sweetie to suck. She's got talent, you see. She whiles pees the fleer with excitement, but then, with a wee suppy sawdust, one's easy to mend. But this, she's been biting the others in class. Nae doot deserved it. Och, ya man, let that pass. The artistic temperament's off a high strung, and milk teeth are soft for the little and is young. Tak her hame. But it's only a 2 or 3 plugs. Chicken pox isn't fatal. The medical books advise you to catch it as all lunar a quine. You should thank her for spreading the virus in time. You've banned her. 'Twas only a 2 plates and a cup she broke in the cafe from running amok. She was just improvising a riot of Vrachi and got carried awa like the great Stanislavski. You're nae buying yon. She's your best protege. Her relations could fill all your seats on a day if half of them weren't in jail, they knew. She's breaking your phone. You've upset her, they do. I'll write to my MP, the council, the Queen. You'll be sorry if Chardonnay's nae on the scene. When Hollywood beckons my bonny wee bell, you'll be the ains that are kicking themselves.
When I was young, it seemed
I
that
can't
love was
understand
so
you.
wonderful.
I can't even see you now. You've
Is that Aberdeen
disappeared.
here?
Ah, it's connecting, it's beeping. I can't hear you
no,
over the beeping.
no.
You're
Now,
up.
wait a minute, hold on.
No,
hold
but
on.
you're
You cannot
You're
do
frozen.
that.
I can't
I
hear
can't
you.
hear you.
Of that. You cannot speak it eins. Oh, for a racket. No. Oh, no, we'll need to do a roll call. Or can we just go into pictures? Would that be of any use, Elma? What do you mean we cannot see Aberdeen's picture? Well, if that's the case, for whatever can for speaking or for wants to speak. Oh, don't mind, that mustn't be such a bad thing with some folk anyway. Oh, they use their hands up, do they? But that's what I mean. For are we supposed to ken their hands is up if we're gonna see their pictures? Or them, or their hands? I see. You're saying there's a button you press. Forrest. Is this in? Oh, Elma, my screen's gone blank. What do I do now? What do I do that? Oh, you're hosting this meeting, are you? But I thought that was my job. Anyway, we better start with a count of everybody that's here. Elma, you read out each councillor's name, and when you hear your name, are you out there, just shout out. Here, or something, to let's ken you've made it through the maze of modern technology and are here to join our deliberations. Aye, there's no need for that kind of language, Cordner. I remind you that there's ladies present. And the minister's supposed to be joining us, but I didn't ken if he's here yet. Right you are now, Mr. Brooks. Glad you could join us. Carry on, Elma. Aye. Now is that Aberdeen? Full money? No, that's nae recht. There should be another 4 or 5, depending on whether Al Brucey's wife has wakened him up and switched on his hearing aid or nae. Father missing. Smith, aye, with apologies for him. And McKnight, nah, he'll be at the golf on a bonny night like this. Chance would be a fine thing, eh? Murray, no, he's nae missing. I heard him speaking out everybody else as usual at the beginning. Murray, are you there? Look, there he is. I can see his picture. He's waving at us. What do you mean, Elmer? He's pressed his mute button by mistake. Oh, I see. Well, that's maybe such a button. Maybe that's nae such a bad thing for everybody concerned. Oh, that's you the new, Murray. Good to hear you back. We thought we'd lost you. Now, there's nae need to take that attitude. I was just joking. And I thought you couldn't hear me. If it's the point of a mute button, Elmer, if it only works one way. The sea. Anyway, you're here now, so be at peace or we'll never get on, man. Fa's left. Ah, so that's us here.
Baldarach. For them is tax an ugsome crew. For like as nae begat the spewg and they were buried in the ground for creepy crawlies, squirm and run. To share a box with worm and golach, and spiders twice the size of Moloch. For folk it's sweet to get as full as they would get if laird and moo. For them nae second to be planted, the winna find their wishes scanted. Nae fear, the Lord be thanked, the winna need an earthy blanket. For a' they folk, there's countless hunters that arena feared to end up shunners. They have nae need to be so solemn. Baldarach's just the place for them. So, mine is handy apothem. Crathis is just the creme de la creme.
A nice wee bunch you put there on the grave, Edna.
Aye, well, it's 5 years a day since my Jimmy passed away, so I thought I'd give him something special.
Was he half fond of chrysanthemums?
Oh, aye. No, nae really. To be fair, I could have just as well put some tins of lager down. He probably would have appreciated them even more.
My George was the same.
Oh, full long's he been deed now, Isabel?
4 years next month.
Oh, already? Time fairly flies, eh?
That is so true, Edna.
Do you still miss him?
Aye, I should say so. Kind of.
Aye, you get used to them being gone, don't you, Isabel?
You do, you do.
Didn't it take that long, to be honest.
Of course, there was the immediate grief.
Oh, aye, of course.
Aye, but things got easier fairly quickly.
Aye, I had to be careful, Ken. Ruin my son, I mean.
Oh, aye, me and I.
Couldn't have really let on for much actually enjoyed being on my own.
Oh, me and I. Making my breakfast in the morning, listening to the radio, reading my paper in peace, bliss.
Oh, aye, the kids wouldn't understand, though.
But you can't really blame them, can you?
Oh, no, they're far our young, nae even 50 yet.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more, Edna.
My daughter especially, she's a long way to go.
I can.
Well, let's just hope she fares better than we did, eh?
Full bad was he really, Edna?
Oh, nae worse than any other man, I suppose. Maybe even sometimes better.
Oh, mine was the same. Nothing too outrageous. Just the usual irritations you had to put up with.
Oh, I like sleeping on the settee afternoon.
And snoring.
Oh, terrible dress sense.
Toilet habits.
Oh, stinking of stale socks and cigarettes.
Oh, leaving a mess, why?
Forgetting your birthday.
And the wedding anniversary.
Being grumpy most of the time.
Never going somewhere nice.
Aye, like the pictures.
Or the theatre.
Aye, more likely doing a pub.
Or the bookies.
Still, least he wasn't out chasing other women.
Well, nae as far as I'm aware.
And he was all right with the bairns, Ken, when they were little.
Aye, but you'd never see them pushing the pram like the young men do the day.
Oh no, changing nappies.
Oh, but he was aye keen on. You ken.
Oh, aye.
Aye, until he became a wee bit calmer.
Aye, it's the last thing that I missed, to be absolutely frank.
Same here, Edna. Same here.
Did you get anything out of it?
Eh? Oh, well, reasonably, at least at the start. And you?
Oh, I suppose it could have been worse.
Well, I suppose it becomes irrelevant at some point, doesn't it?
Oh, why, I'm happy to be left in peace now.
Me and I, Edna, I've never been so content in all my life.
Oh, I can, if there are the child care and the housework and the money worries.
Oh, it's like a new life.
Aye, and we have to enjoy it, Isabel.
To the full, Edna.
Aye.
Now, for about a cuppa and a nice wee drap of cream sherry.
That sounds lovely.
Well, let's go and get ourselves a nice wee bottle then.
Fit wine, eh? Ta-da, Jimmy.
Bye, George.
It's a prefix song, why don't you sing along? Put one at the front of the word.
Today, class, our lesson is going to be about suffixes.
If she can learn us about suffix, would Garaman greet her?
She can't even say it right, Harry.
Well, after last week's lesson on coffees.
Oh, dinna mind me, Harry, dinna mind me.
If you start to get on about the prices of milk and coffees.
And anybody kens you didn't get milk for a coffee, Harry.
Again. Oh, she's off again.
To start, let's see if we can work out what a suffix is.
Hold my back here, Hold my back.
I can tell you that a suffix is a tail.
Well, we ken it as a tail.
I tell you, it's a Garaman greet.
Next you'll be saying it's woolly, Harry.
What was that, Archie? Share it with the class.
Woolly? I just said woolly?
Woolly, an excellent example of a suffix.
Fit did I say, Archie? Fit did I say?
Fleecy?
Yes, Archie, a good suffix word. Another Y ending. Y is a suffix.
Y is a suffix. Why a suffix? Fishy on, Archie.
And they're nae really fleecy, are they, Harry? They're meaty.
I ken. Garaman greet, Archie.
And that's why a suffix. Eh, Harry? They breed they meat.
Meat, Archie. Now, how could we make meat into a suffix?
Oh, my neb. It's a suffix it's turned into mate, nae the other way around. Why?
Why? That's right, Harry, by adding Y. So meat becomes meaty, and meaty is a suffix.
And sturdy?
And hornless.
And profitable are suffix, eh, Harry?
We cannot, Archie, we cannot, but...
Well, Archie, you know an awful lot about suffixes, but I can still teach you a thing or two.
God forbid.
She'll be crying red-faced next, Archie. Watch.
Red-faced? Well, actually, Harry, red-faced is a suffix. The ed is the tail.
I can't take any more of this, Archie. The head's near the tail.
Well, you did say she'd make a man greet, Harry.
I did that, Archie. I did that. Ball mere like. Painful, clueless, and dangerous. That's what she is.
Well, Harry, another suffix expert. Maybe Archie and Harry would like to come up and take the rest of the lesson.
Finally! We thought you would never ask, miss!
When I was young, it seemed that life...
The first thing I'd like to do is to welcome you all, even you, Murray, and to say The main item on the next agenda is this pandemic thingy that's gone about. Fit we're needing is that... Oh, quid be here, what's that racket new? Far's got Coronation Street blasting out for that microphone. It's you, is it, Willie? I ken you're in your living room, but can your wife need tape it and watch it later? Or even put it off? This is important council business. Oh, is that you, Mistress Young? Aye. Yes, sorry. Willie, can you just switch off your microphone and we'll all get peace? If you've anything to say, just put it in an email. Aye, to me, aye. And Elma, I can do that, can I? Oh, that's useful. I mean interesting. Right, here goes. I'll mute all your microphones just while anybody's speaking. So, as I was saying, that we need to do... Oh, my good Emma, I can still hear them all. That's that you say? I thought that was the mute button. What's what it says? Oh, for me? Oh, right. Right. Oh, Jesus, that's better. Now, listen up. First with a report for Bob Valentine about our finances. The hour to you, Bob. Over. Do I need to say that? All right, anyway, Bob, go ahead. Bob? Bob? Where are you, Bob? Bob? Oh, there's nobody here, Murray, excepting me and you, and that's all enough to mind on journey into space. Man, and I ken what you mean, but it's nae exactly relevant just now, is it? We need to hear from Bob. Where's he gone to? There you are. Where have you been? Could you nae head into the lobby afore we started? Oh, so I think tickety-boo now then, is it? No, man, I'm nae asking about your bowels. It's the finances I'm spearing after. Very good. Well now, that's that dealt with. Fit's next on the list, Elma. Oh yes, indeed, it's the main reason for our being here today. So we can be seen to be doing things about this virus thingy. We canna have folk think we're nae doing nothing and fine doing on the job. Not a bit of it.
Brains you were born with. Did you hear fit happened to this idiot yesterday? Fit? Dougie, the fuel loon fae Balnagask. He's gone and got himself a recht kicker.
Eh? What are you speaking about? Why's he managed to give himself a blackie?
A wifey clocked him. Get him a recht darler.
A wifey? Far about?
In a kirk.
The kirk? Fit happened?
Well, what he told me was he thought he was doing a good turn.
A good turn? But why did he manage to get his log scalp it if he was doing a good turn?
'Cause the wifey didn't think it was so good. Mindful hot it was yesterday.
Aye, but what's that got to do with it?
Well, Dougie says Abdi was wearing their summer clothes. And when the minister had finished preaching about who we should all be helping and looking out for one another, they all stood up to sing a hymn.
Fit. Come on now, what are you laughing at?
Well, Dougie says, when the wifey in the pew in front stood up, he notices that her bonny new summer dress was catching to twin the chicks o' her ears.
Oh, why, never.
Aye, he did. And he says he was just thinking about what the minister had been saying about helping folk out. When he leaned to her and he bawled it out.
And that's when she skelped him.
Aye, the first time.
You mean she did it more than eens?
He says she gave him a right yark round the side of the head. He says he didn't ken far to look. He was black affronted. Abdi in the kirk was looking at him. So anyway, from the ass it's down, he started to think about what it was he'd done wrong. But you ken what Dougie's like. The feeloon fe Balnagask. He just couldn't work it out. So anyway, when the minister shouts him up again to sing another hymn, he notices that this time our bonny new summer dress wasn't catching it between the chicks of our earth this time.
Oh, no.
Aye, the brain of Britain leaned to her and tucked it back in again. Anyway, now you're a wee bit cheerier. What's been wrong with you this morning? You've been walking round with a face like a scalpadair's all morning. You're just back for your honeymoon. You should be full of the joys of spring. Nay, greeting into your beer. What was it like? Come on, tell me often.
Oh, didn't even ask.
Oh, what why nay?
I think I've made a hell of a mistake.
You were out with each other before you get away. What's happened?
We haven't spoken to one another since we got home.
What's happened?
Well, when we first got there, we had a smashing time. You know, we were at it every night. And then, well, the day before yesterday, the night before we came home, the two of us got half a drunk.
Well, that's okay. Abdi gets a wee bit drunk every now and again. That's no reason to fall out.
That's nae, if we were nae speaking.
Oh, what was it then?
Well, when we got home to the hotel room, he was half a sick in the lavvy sink.
That's okay. Abdi gets a wee bit sick.
Aye, but that's still no fool we're nae speaking.
Oh, what was it then?
Well, we spent the rest of the night, well, you can. And we fell asleep in another's arms.
Oh, well, that would have been nothing, just hunky-dory.
Aye, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Aye, you would. So what happened?
Well, when we both woke in the morning, we were still a wee bit dithered, and I could see he wasn't thinking right when he staggered over to his clays and got his wallet out. He opened it, rummaged about, and he put 50 quid on my pillow.
What? You must be joking. Well, it's no wonder you flew to him for doing that. But you'll hate to mind he was a bachelor for an awful long time. And it's sehr fecht to get out of bad habits. Okay. So when are you going to let him off the hook?
Me let him off the hook? Nah, it's him that's nae speaking to me.
What are you speaking about? He's the one that insulted you by leaving 50 quid on your pillow.
I cannot. But without thinking, I gave him £20 change.
That would do it.
Right, this time we're going to have a wee rendition of a rowie for me to the tune of a Gordon for me for the other folk that ken that tune. It's easy enough to pick up. Aye, the tune, as well as a rowie. So here we go. As I was a-walking up Union Street, a bonny wee laddie I chanced for to meet. Speed it and I speared what he liked to eat. When he told me a rowie, I fell at his feet. A rowie for me, a rowie for me. If you're nae a rowie, you're nae to me. A bagel is bra and a croissant to na, but a hit but buttered rowies, the pride o' the ma. They tell me paninis can raise a queue, and Ambridge's another that's on the menu. And the wraps like ice cream cones for grease fast suit. Say after ye dicht yoursel down wi' a clout. A rowie for me, a rowie for me. If you're nae a rowie, you're nae to me. A bagel is bra, and a croissant to gnaw, but a het buttered rowie's the pride o' the ma. I get to Dice Airport to flee to Spain. They opened my case and sent me home again. For smuggling out rowies is a crime, I was told, 'cause on the black market for a fortune they're sold. A rowie for me, a rowie for me. If you're nae a rowie, you're nae to me. A bagel is bra, and a croissant to gnaw, but a het buttered rowie's the pride o' the ma. I eat 10 a day, and I think I'm hooked. I like rowies toasted or cut up and sucked. And fin I'm cremated wi' a' that lard, I'll burn like a bonfire, a melted nae charred. A rowie for me, a rowie for me. If you're nae a rowie, you're nae to me. A bagel is bra, and a croissant to gnaw, but a het buttered rowie's the pride o' them all.
Recht. In the face of this emergency, our council is intending that we're at the utmost forefront in our full and thoroughly prepared planning decisions for this coronary thingy that nobody was expecting. Every last one of our staff will be getting a daily bulletin giving full and clear information about how we're responding to the crisis. And that'll change daily. The bulletin, nae our plans. They are clear-headed to need muckle change. Well, for the new, anyway. Most of our workers will be at home, so we're making sure that they go through a complicated variety of training to prepare them for any tasks they might be asked to perform through our well-thought-out and robust online training. I did some last night myself, 3 modulars. One in dealing with mental health problems, telling you how to help folk that's nae recht in the head. One about respecting folks' diversity, and one in recognising and helping substance abuse. And all 3 done and dusted before I sat down to 2 or 3 dramas at bedtime. Lang year this is Aberdeen, we'll hae the best trained workforce in the country, ready to face anything that comes up, even losing their job. Most of our employees, they'll be redeployed to do things to help. Every one of our secretaries has done the full 40 minutes online training about how you stop infection, and they'll be able to answer whatever medical questions folk might hae. Well, a of them hae their hands full with that. Our officers will be fully engaged with planning for who the council's going to come out of this, making sure we get all the credit for all the good work we've done. We've already set up a whole raffle of consultations asking employees to collect all kinds of stories of how well we've handled things that we'll be able to put into glossy brochures and the like.
stand today for Granny's 90th?
Well, we are as rule as 6. We canna hae a muckle birthday, ken? Nee, we are the family. Nee, without us a gone in our garden bit, man. Is that allowed?
John Nicholas speaks saints a day, but whenever I hear it, can't I make out what she's on about?
And here our roadie, Don Curtin Shugler. Aye, here. Fits her name.
Aye, Pratt. She'd hae the police on as soon as popping her cork. Champagne. Nah, I mean, just a figure of speech.
It's nae as if we could a gang to the Banff Springs, est? No, had to be recht fine with it, nae. But Granny'll nae pay at prices. Should nae stand for that. And give how much a pint is at that place?
Onywise, Granny fair likes her grouse, ken? Where do we get a grouse this time of year, men? It's the yalla grouse I'm speaking about. Couple of bottles in the garden, maybe a fly copy and some fine pieces for them's nae partaking. Aye, but men, rule of 6.
Sign. We've maybe nae need for 10 pieces recht enough.
But we'd need a cake for Granny, would we nae? Nae 90 canoes, men. Well, she'd never blah 'em out. We'd a be cremated afore that.
Sup your grouse will have to do after that.
But who's a coming to the party?
Rule of 6, right, well. You, me, Granny, man. There's just 3 more. Unless we had the party in the kirk. Aye, well. Granny's nae seen the inside that kirk since she was christened. Well, we canna nae hae Bella and Jimmy. And for about their Gordon, man. That's 3 folk in us. Here's your rule of 6. Well, fit about your Jessie. You canna nae invite Jessie. There'd be out and out war. Well, maybe could Jessie nae gang in the greenhouse? Does that count as a separate house, man?
We could hae 6 more in the greenhouse. Nah, I mean, that be inside the house. Never be allowed that.
And now I come to think on't. Has Jessie nae got a wee hostie? Nae safe at, wifey? Aye, that'll sort that out, man.
And fit about the lavvy. We're nae allowed in the house for the lavvy.
But as I had pail in the shed, aye, just in case. And you've had that toilet rolls you snaffled when I started in the shed. Result.
So it's all sorted. Rule of 6, in the garden, 2 bottles of grouse, at the very least. Maybe a cake and shorty. You, me, Bella, Jimmy, Gordon, Jessie. I'm in. And fit about Granny. Will. Me, you, Bella, Jimmy, Gordon, Jessie. That's 3 households and Granny's 4.
Yeah, well, nae more than 3 households.
And the shed doesn't count. Of course the shed doesn't count.
Look, Will, it's Gordon or Jessie there. I will. Jessie will take less of the grouse, so maybe leave Gordon out after that. Bella and Jimmy will be there for a family, like, aye?
Now then, it's all sorted. Rule of 6, me, you, Jimmy, Bella, Jessie, and Granny.
Fit. Oh, man. Fit away. Rule of 6, you're recht. Help me, Bob. We've nae counted Granny's by the end.
Somebody's watching me. Now I'm nervous and I shouldn't be. Somebody's got their eye on me.
For God's sakes, Mother, for why do I always have to interfere?
Well, it's a nice looking jacket. Must have cost a few £1. Why can't I just leave it there?
Fit why nae? Are you planning on wearing it yourself? Because it'll nae suit you, or fit you for that matter.
Dabby daft. It's a man's jacket. Here, I'll just hae a wee lookie in the pooches, see if there's not anything that'll help it find its way here.
Oh, that's helpful. We're guessing no a man, eh?
Good. Oh, hang on. Look at that.
Oh, likely we a Carl, but you'll know hey, nae doubt. For it's a, likes a bet.
Good. Oh, look at that.
And was parked at Union Square on Thursday. Put it down and let's go.
Oh, your course. Anyway, it's nae a pen for the bookies. It's for Argus.
And fit why'd you ken that?
It's nae chewed.
Gods!
Oh, hold on. Look at it. Look. There's a message on the back of this.
What does it say?
I thought you were nae interfering.
Oh, you're right. Put it down and let's go. We're not getting money steps in, standing about doing nothing.
It says, Linda, wed, 2:30, D Park. It's Wednesday a day. Linda. Is that you, Linda? I'm just looking for Linda. Is anybody ken a Linda? Linda!
What are you doing now? But for embarrassing us both. Just stop, please.
Look, it's 2:20. I'm looking for Linda. Look, we ken she's in the Duthie Park and we're here in a. Oh, hang on. What's this? Fugs? Spunks? Here I was off a glad from you, Gida. Your skin's that much more bonny now. You've colour in your cheeks. Just here, Lukey. Oh, it's a wallet.
Oh, Mum, wait. If there's a wallet, we better take it to the police station. Now you've picked it up and nothing. Ugh. You can't go raking in here.
It's empty. There's nothing in it. Oh, hang on. There's a coin. Oh, it's just another on trolley coins. PDSA. Probably an animal lover. He's maybe walking his dog. Oh, look out for a manny walking his dog.
Mother, Sherlock Holmes your name, and I'm not about to be your Dr. Watson. The park is full of mannies walking dogs.
Aye, but this scene's nae wearing a jacket.
Okay, Mother, take the jacket and I'll drive us to the police station to drop it off.
Fair enough.
Linda, had the dog. That wifey has my jacket. Hey, missus, what you doing with my jacket?
Oh, this, I found it over there on the bench.
Well, what you doing with it now?
I was about to take it to the Lost and Fun at the police station. How do I ken it's your jacket?
Give the money his jacket, Mother. Oh, sorry about this. She can be a bit too helpful, my mother. Right, let's go to the car. Sorry again.
Aye, no bother.
Right, move.
Aye, but fit about our steps. What is wrong with you the day?
Forget it. Fit that man's wallet wasn't it empty when he lost it.
Oh, nae likely. He's probably spent it, Did you nae notice? They had big bags of shopping. Oh, and here's me, nae Sherlock Holmes. The bugs were for Argus.
Oh, for God's sakes, Mother.
Our officers are also looking at who the council can come out of this reorganised into a forward-looking, finely tuned operation that can generate the fit of heat of modern services in a way that's fit for purpose in the 21st century. Did we write this, Hilma? It's nae bad, is it? Aye, far was I. Oh, aye. Reorganising so that departments are best able to meet the challenges of the future, like nae had enough money to pay them a. We've been quick off the mark and to get our hands on cash for the government to make our town streets safe for everybody. And how we do this? By putting up lots of bollards and cones all over the place so that folk have to park miles away for the centre, and so making sure we're as much safer, in particular the old folk, and them that is nae wheel, for they'll have to park as far away they'll never manage the walk, and they'll hate to bide at home, for they'll all be as safe as houses. No, the last item on our agenda is the budget, and that's going to be a fair challenge. Who will manage to lose millions of pounds for our annual expenditure while still keeping Aberdeen in a job and keeping services that we canna be seen to cut? For the first, our senior officers have been working nicht and day reshaping our delivery to make sure that everybody that's important to the service keeps their job. Like them, for a start. You need folk to steer the ship after that. Nae that we're only desire for anybody to lose their job. Dinner wifeys, cleaners, are the folk at the sharp end of the service's delivery, are the ordinary folk doing their wee jobbies that are hugely important, of course, to the ongoing work of the council. They are close to my heart, and I'm nating for seeing them lose their jobs. No, indeed, we'll examine every possible way of keeping them in work afore eventually we hate to sack them. You can rely on me for that. Now, has anybody got any questions? Fitzgerald? No, I can't hear you. Oh, that's the worst of these technological thingamajigs. They're half a buggers for cutting out just when you'd most want them till be fully operational on the go like a new. Oh, that's a pity. Still, can't be helped. You'll all hate to send me any points you want to make. I'll sign off, new, over. Fit button is it you press, new Elma? 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 Where are you, Elma?
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end.
This is the spot, X marks the spot. Right, I'm going to tell you a traditional story, and I got it from the late Stanley Robertson. It's called Silly Jack and the Factor, and it's one of the traditional stories told by the travelling folk of Scotland. They are the tradition bearers for all over the country. So it's for the oral tradition. A factor, just to let you understand, is the country version of a tax collector. He goes round and collects the rent for the farmers. And it so happened this took place long ago when they were still using fires to cook. So even in the headiest of days, you had to have your fire on. I need an electric fire, a recht fire. So the money was due for the factor, and Silly Jack's mother said to him, "No, I'll probably be outside when the money comes. Just you tuck him in, give him a seat beside the fire, make him a fly cup, and maybe a fine piece. I've made some scones, you can spread them and put some honey on them, and just get him to sit and wait, I want to be long." Well, no, Silly Jack was agape. That means he was about 10 sandwiches short to the pack. And he had bowfin-oxters, he had halitosis, he had plucks, he was badly-legged and parented, he had hair grown out of his legs, but he was half a good hairted. So this was all right. Anyway, there was a chap and come to door, and it was the factor. And Jack says, "Go on," he says, "Here, seat. My mother winna belong. I'll just make you a fly." Oh, the factor says, "I'm fair trackled. We're wandering around about. I'll enjoy a fly." So he sat down and he was sipping away at his fly and the scone with the honey. And of course he was tired with trailing about, as you get. And his he'd get down, and his he'd get down, and the factor fell soon asleep. Now, one of the windows was just open a wee bit, and there was a buzzing soon, and Anne came in on ora black fleas with the hairy legs, and it come bzzz, and it saw the shining baldy head of the factor, and it stood in the factor's head, and it walked about, and it walked about. But Jack was not in with that, and he said, "Hyman, fly, get off the factor's baldy head." But the flea ignored him, and it got round the head and over his legs, and he says, "Flea, off the factor's baldy head." Now the flea got round and never heeded him. Jack says, "This is your last warning. You dig it off the factor's baldy head, you'll see what you'll get." Round it went and round it went. So he got down aside the fire for he'd a wee axe for chopping up a kindling, and he lifted it up, he says he was warned, bang. And of course he cut the flea in half, but he killed the factor. So the factor was lying, pouring bleed out of the flea, and his mother came in, she says, "God almighty," she says, "you've killed the factor. What do you mean, mate?" He says, "Well, I didn't mean to tell." He says, "I was killing a flea." "Oh me," she says, "we can't have this. We'll have to rid up the sauce." So they got the clothes out and decked it everything down. Now she says, you take a top home, I'll take a fit and we'll bury him. So they left it a factor out the door, dug a hole, plunket him and copped him up. Made sure that everything was just, there was nothing. Everything was lovely, soda crystals doing the lot. You couldn't have seen there was no bleed. So the mother says, well, no, Jack, she says, I've got things to do outside and I want to the end of the road to see if the post has been in my mailbox. Just you bide in the house, she says, and you could do a bit dusting. Since you've had a busy day. So he started his dusting. And the mother get road, she never get the fit the road, she told Dolly. Nah. What she did was she get round to the back of the shed for there was an old goat. Now it was a coarse old goat. It had a great long beard, and it was over a beard, and it was a tail, and it was shorn in its dope. And it was a bit sniffy, and she didn't like it at the best of times, because it was half of her gear, and you just start dunting you its head. And it had a tower on its neck, so she just yarked the goat, and she took it to the grave, and then she cut its throat. Well, that was the end of the goat. So then she dug up a factor, and she put the goat in the factor's grave. Carpet him up, and she took a factor, because he was not big, and she shoved him in just a burn that ran quite, a strong burn, enough to take it down the Dean away. Never be seen again, you see. It's all right, so she back at the house, and the dusting was done, and she says to Jack, no, Jack, she says, go out and milk the cows. I had time to milk the cows. Oh, fairly, says Jack, with that. So he went out. Now, when he was out, she took a great muckle pot and put it on to boil and cook it to porridge. Now, there was only the two of them, you see, but she cooked enough porridge that would have been about half that, isn't it? And Ken and Jack would take a while because one of the cows was a kicker. She took the porridge off, hid it outside. Jack come back in, and she says, oh, that's fine, though. I want to hear that today, the day. Just you sit down, she says, and put your feet up. She said, I'll tell you if it'll get you today, you can pair of tatties. So he managed that. So while he was pairing the tatties, she got out and she got a hood of a ladder, and she put it to the wall, and she took this great muckle pot right up to the lum chimney. And she went, Jack. Jack was pairing away the tatties, and he says, that's somebody speaking to me. I reckon what it could be, because nobody ever come near to see Jack. Well, you wouldn't with the Bowfin-Oxters now. Anyway, he looked out the window, and there was no sign of nobody. This is all right. So he's pairing away the tatties, and Jack, well, he get the up the door. And they look at here, and they look at all over the place, but not a sign of nothing. Shut the door, sit down again. Jack, he says, coming for the lamb. So he get over, and he looked up a lamb, and his mother was to top, of course, and she poured the porridge down his head. Down the lamb had come, and he was covered. There was porridge in his hair, it was in his summit, it was in his drawers, it was up his crack, it was all one. Mother came in, and she said, oh, Jack, what have you done now? Look at the sauce. Get yourself cleaned up this very minute. He says, come and do the lamb. Get to the sink, she says. So he get out the sink, and he's trying to clean his head, but of course it's porridge, it's not easy to clean, especially when you haven't got much hot water. And then there was a chap and come to the door. And the mother says, God almighty, what is now? So she went to the door. Oh, it was the police. We've come looking for the factor. Well, had I seen him, said the mother, had I seen hiding out here in the factor? Jack says, I've seen the factor, says the police. I killed him. The police says, my goodness. Fit? Killed the factor? The mother says, he's failed. Dallas and tell him. Jack says, mother, you can't find. I killed the factor. We buried him. He's out in the garden. Well, the police get out together. They said, oh, there's been digging here. There's been digging. So they found a shovel, and they dug, and of course up come the goat. And Jack was just clean, down, put out, and he says, my God, he says, the factor's grown a beard and horns. The policeman says, my goodness me, what sir, time, you must tell this lad, he's no recht in the heat, not tell you, said the mother, he's no wise. A police says, well, Fan was a factor here, Ed. He says, well, it was red and porridge doing along. The mother says, he's mad, I tell you, said the Bobby. Oh, he says, you know what we think, because we're half a good at thinking, the police. He says, we've got the bottom out, the factors run away with the cellar. That's just what's happened. Well, that's just a little right, you see, says Jack's mother. So when the police get away, I said, bye, cheerio, and all this, and shut the door. And Jack says, what's that in your pooch, mother? Well, she took out the factors pass. She said, I didn't see any point in putting that down the barn with the factors. She says, because there's no need for it now, you see. And then when I tell the story in schools, I usually say to bairns, what do you think they boxed with this money? Oh, well, was it a new goat? No. Was it mere porridge? No. Was it a new house? No. Was it a holiday in Tenerife? No. They went to the nearest pet shop, and the mother bought the biggest tarantula she could find and the fastest. So if ever she sat aside that fire, and a big flea come in, and she'd fall asleep, and the flea gone, the tarantula would just pounce out and eat it up, and she'd be safe.
On a storm-torn shoreline, no man was standing, nor spring strung like jewels in her hair. And the sea.
The horizon was lined with black crayon, grey clouds lowering and grim. I walked by this restless limmer, and I thought of him. I thought on the smell of his jersey, and the shirt I still sleep in at night. I wait for his voice in the glimmer, hame coming in morning's caul licht. Naebody aside me, nae warmth of a, nae hand at my breast, just memories to call. I mind on the smile as he called me his quine, and his touch as his eyes said the rest. No sign that bitch has claimed him. It's a caul, empty world to be faced. Running aside me, a wee laughing loon, makes my heart loud with pride and with pain. His voice and his smile fair mak me stoon. He's his feather, I would again.
Mangoes by chestnuts.
You got the rug?
And I got it with me the day.
Oh, dinna worry, we'll just take a wee seaty.
Aye, no bother.
I've got the flask.
Oh, lovely. Oh, what did I get done? Oh, me.
Here we go now.
Oh, now. Fits in that wee flask you've got.
Well, that's for me to know, and for you to ken in about a wee while. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
It's fizzing and hopping. Cheers.
Do you think it's really right to drink this, Edna?
Oh, do you not like champagne, Isabel?
Oh, I do. I just thought, here, at the cemetery.
Well, I just thought we should include our husbands in the celebrations.
Quite right.
And fast again fits in the flask anyway.
True.
Would you like a wee biscuit with it?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, well, hang on just a second now. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
For M&S.
oh, lovely.
Thank you.
Oh, that's fine.
I wonder if it my George would have said about all this.
Well, my Jimmy would have been in shock
George and I?
till he'd had a drink.
Aye, and probably more than just the een.
Mind the whole thing's incredible, though, isn't it?
Again? I couldn't believe my een when I saw the matching numbers on your ticket.
6 of 'em.
And the bonus number.
Aye, but it's near the biggest jackpot of all time, though.
Still, 1.2 million isn't bad between us at all.
Just a pity the men are nae here to share it on him here.
A pity. Aye.
On the other hand, fit would they have done with it?
Oh, I dread to think.
Oh, a lot of it would have gone for a big new car.
Oh, some fancy home entertainment.
Latest power tools.
Endless rounds at the pub.
Tickets to other football matches abroad.
Files a token for me.
Aye, like a wee necklace.
Or a new tumble dryer.
Have you told your bairns yet?
Well, nae really.
No, me neither.
My son keeps hinting that my house is or big for me now and myself.
Aye, my daughter's the same. Keeps slipping in words like early inheritance.
You know, in our day, we had to pay our mortgages ourselves, hadn't we, Edna?
That's right, Isabel. It was tough files with the bairns and all.
Aye, and there was no hire purchase for furniture or appliances. Everything had to be paid for there and then.
Aye, every last penny, Isabel.
Aye.
If it'd been up to my Jimmy, we'd have been up to our eyeballs all the time in debt.
Aye, same here, Edna. But I put my foot down.
Aye, well, you had till, or you'd have get nae why.
Have the lottery people transferred the money yet?
This morning.
Oh.
Maybe we should just keep it to ourselves. Just for a
Well.
wee whiley.
Aye, I think that would be best. That way we can enjoy it a bit, you know.
Fit why nae? You ken, I've aye fancied another on boat holidays.
You mean on a cruise?
Aye, somewhere warm.
Like the Mediterranean?
Or the Caribbean.
Oh, you ken Athens, Dean, for you.
Aye. Why, the food, the cleaning.
Some civilised entertainment.
Like dances?
In handsome company.
Aye, well, we can afford it now.
Oh, thank goodness.
Would you like a wee top-up, Isabel?
Jen, I would.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers, Jimmy.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
I've been trying real hard to realize, but some things take a long